Oh my goodness. What a story to tell here today. Living Real with Larissa. Back at you after the holiday season. Lots been going on. I had so many plans for the weekend, and they don't always work out, and that's okay. That includes today. I don't know if you can hear outside, but it's negative temps again with up to 55-mile-an-hour wind bursts. I was outside this morning because I have tarps on everything outside waiting for the garage to be done, which it's almost there. They just need to pour the concrete and then we're good to go. But while out there, I was freezing, trying to beat this wind, and literally it did knock me to the ground. But I went out to clean up because they had called and said they're going to backfill the garage foundation. So I need to move some things that had blown in the way. I was just going out for a second, came in and slammed my fingers. The door, the burst of wind hit so hard I was reaching back to shut the door, slammed on my fingers, instantly bruised my nail. Not sure if I did some more damage to my finger, but I tell you, I feel like I just can't win, but no complaints. I just wanted to talk to you today. Title of this is What Will People Think, or What Will Folks Think, whatever. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily somebody who's always worried about that, but definitely now, after understanding myself and learning about different things from growing up with abuse and trauma and my c-ptsd and different things, I'm like, I'm me. I'm Larissa. I can't do any better than that except appreciate who I am, what I am, where I am, and can say that feel like it's always moving in the right direction. I've always been an optimist, which has probably got me into trouble at some points, like ignoring signs with people. So I'm also learning to say just whatever. If you want to do what you want to do, people will let you know who they really are. And instead of me saying like the wishful thinking or looking past those flags and say, oh, if I just keep trying, I'm just going to let them be them. And if they're real for me, fine. What will people think? They may think I'm snobby. They may think I'm shut down. Okay, maybe in a way, but I know what I need to do for me, and I know that that's the best thing I can do. Wanted to share with you a funny in sort of way about just realizing myself, and again, not worrying about what people think. See that little clock back there? Let me grab it. It currently has a battery in it and is actually working, and the little alarm does work. I have always wanted a clock like this because I don't like the ones that light up so they bother you, your sleep cycle, whatever, but put this back. Saw it at the thrift store, meant to check it before we left because it didn't have a battery in it. But I had so much stuff in my cart at the time that I had covered it up and didn't realize that I didn't check it with the store clerk. Anyway, bring it home and set it up. And that night I thought, ooh, I may not like the ticking. I worked hard when I was sleeping in the closet. You can see more about that within my blog post, and I'll share a snippet here of just about a year ago. I moved out of that closet and got a story to share. It's time to move out of this closet, y'all. It's my mudroom. Been in there for almost 2.5 years. Mixed emotions, but it's time to do this. I bought this twin mattress again when I moved in there, and I've had it. I'm just going to keep using it because I'm not at that point where I'm
going to buy another bed and bedding. I've got more important things to take care of, and I have a bed. I'm happy now to get used to being in here, because there's different aspects about not liking being in here. Divorce is hard. Processing that I was raised by a narcissist parent is in a way much, much harder, because it led me to that divorce. But I'm healing, moving forward, and just trying to focus on what's ahead.
Okay, so here we are. I've learned that I deal with misophonia, which means I don't have the extreme case, but it could get that way if I let it, where sounds annoy me to the point where I get anxiety. So I never really understood when my dog would chew. My Teddy, the one I had before, it would drive me like really upset, and then I feel was to say like, I'm not the right owner for you because of your chewing. Drives me crazy. Somebody clipping their nails or chewing or certain things, and that is a trauma symptom from all the years of growing up with a narcissistic parent. And I know many people have the same situation, including my siblings. Anyway, put the battery in this clock and decided I'll try it for the night, even though through the years in the closet and after, I have trained myself to deal with cold temperatures, hot temperatures, but also just not having a white noise, like a fan running or something like that. And I've been proud of that because I can sleep through things and I'm not so easily disturbed. But I thought, okay, we'll try the ticking. Now, you can't really hear it much during the day, but at night things sound a lot louder. Well, anyway, I slept through until like 3:30. That's one of the times I sometimes wake when I get up at 4 or 5. It just depends. And I'm like, okay, I hear the ticking. And I realized I connected it to a negative memory. One where I was left at my deaf grandparents' house. I didn't know how to sign, didn't know how to communicate for a time, and had to sleep there. And they had me laying next to a grandfather clock that would chime every hour. Not only did I not know why I was left there, did my parents abandon me, but I remember this clock, and I remember the ticking, and I remember the chiming. So I was like, Larissa, just let it go. As I went back to sleep, and then I think it was about 5 o'clock. I just kept, I think my body was processing. I thought that the alarm was going to go off, the ding, 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 ding. And so I felt anxiety by hearing that ticking, like, time's running out, you gotta get up. So I took that clock, took the battery out, and just left it. So daughter put the battery in today. She wanted to hear it running, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saying, things may bother me, and that's okay. I like the peace and quiet of the room, even with the wind gusting outside, better than hearing the clock. So I have a little decorative piece, or give it to somebody, I don't care. But not concerned. What will people think? I know what I have to deal with, and I let myself deal with it. The other story I want to share with you is this. If you read the blog post, you're hearing that I had a huge answer to just a wish, or a desire, not even a prayer. Because I don't need a full-size mattress. I don't need a 12-inch mattress. But the funny that goes behind this, found the I don't know if you can see it now, the bed frame here that I'm going to build onto, I should say. Build it itself back together and then build up it to make a platform bed to fit this. I wishful thinking. I bought it before knowing that this was coming. And my son and I drove over on one of the mornings that I was supposed to be geared towards getting his room worked on some more, because he was going to be gone for the weekend. And we went over, and I was like, this will fit in the car. We'll just taco fold it if it won't just go in, right? And I have a decent sized vehicle. So we get there, and I was like, oh, it's going to be a tight squeeze. So we open up the passenger doors. I have all the seats down. It seats 7. I have all the seats down, and we're starting to squeeze it in, and we're like, oh, this isn't going to work. We need to try to fold it. So I'm laughing because I'm sure everybody in that neighborhood was like, what are they doing? They're not going to get that in there. but we get the one end squeezed in, and I climb in and from inside, and I am gripping and pulling while he's ramming like a football player, and I'm inside dying laughing because watching him come out that mattress, feeling the car jam, my abs were killing me. And on the whole way home, I mean, I haven't laughed that hard in a while, and it felt great. But here we're out in public, who cares, shoving this thing in because I got blessed and I'm excited. But not only that, I was able to pass on some of my things to my daughter who could use an upgrade in her mattress and stuff. So win-win-win all the way around. But thankful that I have my Nap Queen, which I don't really know anything about this brand, but thankful that I could get this mattress, and really I can go from laughing to tears. Thankful because it happened. I'm here in a different place. I am getting blessings that I didn't really need, and within my realm of budget and so on. And I know God's taking care of all those details. He cares. He really does. I've told you guys time and time again, the little things. He cares. But I still need to obviously build the bed and look forward to doing that. That's Lula. I was able to get the framing done in the room using everything that I had purchased and then also what I had saved from the previous home. So next step is to just get the walls completely prepped for paint, and we can carry on. Then I'll start painting. And then also they did come, like I said, to backfill, so they just need to put the concrete in for the garage and then the garage door. I've already had people asking me, are you going to leave it that color? Okay, so goal is, within me staying out of debt, yeah, I could have taken out more of a mortgage and totally to put new siding on the entire house. I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to paint the house to match the garage for now, and when I am available to side the house, I will do that. Lord willing, it comes sooner than later. But I'm trying to just, I want to be rid of debt. I want to not work so hard and live and do other things, right? All right. But really want you to think about this. Have you ever had those little heart's desires met? And can you share in that? Share with us here. Have this discussion. Are there things that you feel like maybe that you're too worried about? What will people think? It's your journey, not anybody else's. It's your joy, your happiness. That's what matters, not what somebody else thinks. When you put on the fake face, I would say that I did for a long time within my marriage of trying to just hide things because I was first taught incorrectly within the church that I'm just pray harder, do this, do that. Nothing wrong with prayer and praying hard, but not when you really should be doing something else. But don't be afraid to be yourself. I have a quote-unquote mess of a home at the moment. I don't care. It's my house. It's not perfect. Am I aiming for perfect? Nope. You see that I got those chairs, and another blessing after that. Again, it's just answer to prayer, a heart's desire. Did I really need different chairs? No. But I'm not only able to get these new ones, but then take and sell the ones I don't need to pay for that. So it's a win-win. Over and over, it's just about being patient and bringing praise. I really can't say enough how good it is. I've got a lot to be thankful for, and just want to continue to invite you along on the journey. When I update you next, hopefully the bedroom will be, if not complete done, but almost all the way done. With this fingernail injury, I'm set back a little bit. I'm even having a hard time typing, but little pain medicine hopefully can keep going. But until next time.